Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel for another video, or if you're new to my channel, welcome. Today I want to showcase the completed project, which is the 6th French Division that fought at the Battle of Vitoria in 1813. This division was commanded by Augustin Daracoux. He himself was under the command of Henri Gazan, who was in command of the Army of the South. Daracoux distinguished himself in the Battle of Vitoria and was witnessed to be a brave and steadfast commander by General d'Aulon. Daracoux was wounded in the forearm, but he still continued to lead his men to victory in his area of the battle, which was southwest of Vitoria itself. Here we have the 1st Brigade, which consisted of the 21st Light Regiment, which consisted of the 2 battalions, and then we have the 100th Line Regiment, which also consisted of 2 battalions. This brigade was commanded by Louis Paul Bailly de Saint Paul, and that's that gentleman there at the front. And these miniatures are 18mm AB Napoleonic French from AB Australia, which is based out of Melbourne. I recommend you visiting them and checking out their range of 18mm Napoleonic miniatures. I'll put a link in the description so you can have a look yourself. These miniatures are painted to a tabletop standard and do represent very nicely the above regiments on the tabletop. Just give you a bit of a close-up. Sorry for the jerkiness of the camera. These are what I've painted. This is the 100th line, the 2 battalions. Each battalion is 36 miniatures. As you can see, they're just painted to the basic tabletop standard. Nothing elaborate, nothing special. Just to get them onto the table, just so they can represent and be able to be played on the table. And I'll just show you the light infantry, which is this here on the other side, which is also the 2 battalions. As you can see there, they're a little bit different in organisation, and different pom-poms and different uniforms, as they're all blue, compared to the line, which had the white pants, and also they also had the white lapels. So this is the 2nd battalion of that light infantry regiment. Okay, up next I will show you the next brigade, and that will be another light infantry and a line infantry. Here we have the 2nd Brigade, which was commanded by General de Brigade Victor Urban Ramon. Under his command was the 28th Light Regiment, which is here on the left, which consisted of 2 battalions, and also the 103rd Line Regiment, which is here on the right, which consisted also of 2 battalions. These are also painted to the same standard, which is the tabletop standard. I think these also look really good for tabletop standard. I'm trying to toot my own horn, but I think they really represent the regiments for this particular brigade. You got the distinguishable uniforms of the light infantry there with the blue, and you come across and you got the pretty much famous French style uniforms of the line infantry. which I don't think anyone can mistake to be anything else other than French. But I think they turned out really well, and will be quite good on the tabletop. Sure, they will do their job in any game and under any rules. I'll just give you a bit of a look around some of the figures. And so here we have is the light regiment, which is the 28th. As you can see, there's a little bit of different variety compared to the line infantry. I've tried to make the light infantry to be a lot different, and not just the uniform wise, but also in what characters make up the regiment. And these are the same as the 1st Brigade, where each battalion is 36 miniatures strong. You can tell this is the 1st Battalion because of the eagle. There's this little gentleman here beside the mounted commander or mounted colonel has got his standard there with the eagle. And then if you look at the back one, which is the 2nd Battalion, didn't have the eagle, so it just had the I think it's just an arrow, a bronze arrow. As you can see, there's slight differences, as I'll show you in a minute, of compared to the line infantry. So as we come around here to the right, you will see then the line infantry. Generally, they're pretty standard battalions, the line infantry. So this time I decided to try and break them up a little bit. And as you can see there, you got the officer there with the grey coat. Sort of break up the blue a little bit, and then you got a gentleman there with his shaker on his musket there, trying to encourage his fellow soldiers to continue the march. And I've got then a couple of those battalions, like one at the well, not in this particular battalion actually, the 2nd Battalion of this regiment. I don't actually have a character in that one, unfortunately. But these I think are really good. I think they represent nicely the units, which is the 103rd and the 28th. And then we have the brigade commander there, which I think is very nice. It turned out nicely with his 2 ADCs behind him. You also got the colonel there as well, for the line, directing his troops, telling them over there's the enemy, don't falter, keep going. And then you have the same here, where the officer seems to be more relaxed. He's probably more confident in his men in doing their job. So that concludes the infantry part of this painted project. Up next, I will show you the supporting units of the division, which consists of the artillery and limber, and I will show you them in one moment. Here we have the artillery and limber. These are just the standard battery that consisted of 3 6-pounders and 1 howitzer, which is the little one here with the stubby barrel. That's the howitzer. And I couldn't find any specific information on this particular battery, like who commanded this one or any history of it. So I just have to leave it as a standard generic battery. And the limbers are just 2 limbers, just standard limbers. There's nothing special about them. I'm not even sure if there's any rules to actually facilitate the use of limbers on the tabletop, but I'm sure house rules can be used to use them. They always look good on a table anyway, limbers next to artillery. gives a bit more realism to the battle. Yeah, so these miniatures do represent a full battery. I think anything larger than that, or possibly in many rules, may encroach onto a grand battery, but these certainly aren't a grand battery. These are definitely just a regular battery of artillery. And from a gaming point of view, I think they represent nicely a battery which can give support to a division and give support to the infantry as they go about doing their attack or defense, whatever the requirement is of the day. And I think they look really nice. So I'll just try and get some close-ups just so you can have a look of how these look. Now these are also painted to a tabletop standard. There's nothing really special about these ones in regards to advanced painting. I've just painted these to represent the unit, such as the artillery and the crew, so that they can be placed on the tabletop and can easily represent who they are meant to be. So here we have which is the 6-pounder, and that's the crew there. These ones, the guys are not firing yet, haven't received their orders. And you've got this artillery piece here. It looks like they're trying to move it, trying to get in the position. You have this one here, the howitzer, which is looks like it's been given permission to fire, so that's about to fire. And then you have this one here, which it looks like he's about to fire as well. And you've got that gentleman there, which is see if I can get in there. It's a little bit dark, sorry, but he is an officer, and he's just pointing and saying, "Look, fire." There's the that's the firing position. Like the cannon, don't mess about. And just over the back there, we have the Limba team. Should just wait in there for their orders to hook up the cannon and to move it to the next location. So they just sit there waiting on their horses until such orders come through for them. So that concludes the artillery showcase of this particular project. And up next I'll show you the man himself who was actually in command of this division. Finally, the command base of the division, which includes the General Division, Augustin Daraku and his 2 IC and ADCs with a Hussar ADC there at the back. And this is the actual divisional command base for this particular painted project. So I'll just show you these particular painted miniatures. As you can see there, you got the man himself at the front, which is General Daraku, and then you have the ADC next to him, and then in the middle there you have the second in command, or 2 IC, with ADCs flanking him. At the back you have a officer. I can't remember what sort of officer he was. It escapes me. But next to him you have the cavalry ADC, which this particular time is a Hussar ADC, which is there to give support to the general of the division, so that if he needs any cavalry support, which is part of the Army of the South, then that ADC will then relay any information to the commander of the cavalry at that time. I think these turned out pretty good to represent the commander and his staff, and I think these look really good on the table. And obviously these wouldn't move around so much, but they just look really good to represent the command structure of a division on the tabletop. This concludes the brief showcase of my painted project that I've completed after 9 weeks. I think they have turned out nicely. As always, I will include some still shots of the individual units at the end. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and never forget to assault that bell to get notification when new projects are completed and I upload a video. If anyone is interested in having their own miniatures painted, please contact me on my business email. Thank you for watching. Until next time, take care. Au revoir, mes amis.